Welcome, students, to our first online class or live online class. And to those who just came in, by the way, I'm teacher Chris, and I'm teaching M.2 from room 4 to room 8. So now we will be talking about the continuation of our lesson from the previous week. It's Unit 1. And to those who are not, to those rooms who are not able uh, to those students who didn't have lessons with me, we will have a quick review on what are the things we just discussed from the previous week. So just a quick preview. Now, the title of our unit is Good Memories. And the purpose and the objective of this lesson and unit is for all the students to talk about the things that the good memories of the past and all the things they remember about the past. So, quick review. We have here questions. What are the questions you can ask your friend who, number one, arrived from other country? So I have three examples here. The first one is to arrive from another country. The next one is what are the questions you would ask or you can ask from your friend who had a party last night? And the next one is what are the questions you can ask when meeting new neighbor in your place? So when you are meeting new people or meeting new people and you want to know them better, you have to provide questions for acquire information about these people. So, for example, with the first example that we have, when you have a friend from another country who come home or arrive from your country, what are the questions you may ask? Remember first, by the way, I would just like to remind you that whenever you recite or give your answer, I will be giving points or extra points to those students who will give their answers through the comment section. So we just type your question, your answer, and the first one to give the correct answer will gain extra point in the speaking. Okay, so when you are correct, please indicate your level and your room and your number. So I will type it here. Please, when answering, okay, so you need to provide or indicate your level, your room, and your seat number so that I can record your scores. Okay, now, my first question is, if you have a friend from another country who came home from to your country, what are the questions you may ask in order for them or in order for you to get to know them? Or ask something about anything about their trip. Okay, Bimal Pandey from room 5. What question can you ask if you have a friend from another country who just came home? Or anyone? Anyone who would like to answer? Where are you from? Okay, so you are Bimal Pandey, M2/5. You got 2 points. That is correct. Or where did you come from? Or what country did you come from? Very good. So that is one question that you can ask. What else? So Bimal Pandey got 2 points. Nanapat from 7B. What question can you ask from a friend? Yeah, where are you from is already taken. And one thing that you can also ask is these questions. The first one, did you take did you take a business class? Okay, for example, you meet your friend. You can ask, "Hey friend, did you take business class?" Or you can ask them, "How's your flight?" Or you can ask them, "Were you able to sit on the window view?" So those are the things that you can ask about from a friend who just came from a trip from another country. What about from the next example here? If your friend had a party last night, what are the questions? Now we are in number 2. What are the questions you can ask about your friend who had a party last night? So we are now in number 2. Remember, we are in number 2. If you have a friend from a party who had a party last night, what are the questions? Okay, what do you feel now? Instead of saying, "Oh, are you having fun?" Okay, that's correct. Are you having fun? Or what do you feel now? Instead of saying, "Are you having fun?" Actually, you can say, "Did you enjoy the party?" Because when you say, "Are you having fun?" it's in the present form because you are asking about what happened last night. So it's in the past tense. So when you say, "Are you having fun?" it's wrong. You should say, "Did you enjoy the party?" or "Did you enjoy the party last night?" Other thing that you can say is, "What food did you enjoy?" or "Did you meet new people?" So those are the questions you can ask from a friend who had a party last night. Now let's talk about meeting new neighbor. So when meeting new neighbor, what are the questions you can ask? Now let's take a look at this one. So we have 2 examples here. If you have a new neighbor in your place, you can say, "Where are you from?" Okay, for example, they just move in and then you will ask, "Where are you from?" Or you can also ask them, "Did you meet our other neighbors?" So those are the questions that you can ask these people in order for you to get additional details about them. So now let's talk about these questions. Did you meet new people? Okay? So in order for you to answer this question, you have to have 3 considerations. The first consideration that I want to talk about right now is the question about the past, present, or future. You have to identify whether it's about the past, the present, or the future. Why? Because your answer depends what is being asked here. If the question is all about the past, then you should give your answer in a past form of the verb. Then if it is about the present, then you have to make your sentence or answer in the present form. Same goes with the future. So it is important for you to identify if the question is about the past, the present, or the future. The next consideration here is, what kind of question is it? Is it a WH or a yes or no question? Now let's talk about WH question. Now this is just a review because I think Matayum 4, 2/4 didn't have the chance and opportunity to take this class. So that's the reason why we are reviewing a little bit of this. It's just a quick review so that they can cope up and be with us for this lesson. Now, WH question, just a review. These are what, where, when, how, and who. Okay? And yes or no questions are all questions answerable by yes or no. Alright? And the next one is who is being asked. Now, in this case, if you have question, did you meet new people? You need to identify if The first consideration, is it about the past? Yes, because the presence of did. Then the next one, what is the verb present in the sentence or in the question? It's meet. Okay, next, is it answerable by yes or no? Of course, yes, because we have the presence of the word did. Okay, remember every word that starts with did, are, were, does, is are all answerable by yes or no. Next, who is being asked here? In this case, it's you. So if you have these considerations with you now, you can now answer this question. To answer did, it is answerable by yes or no, you can say yes or no. Now, who is being asked? You, so you will answer I. And you need to transpose the verb into past tense or past form. Meet became met. And then give additional information. You can just say, yes, I met Patrick. Patrick here is additional information to answer, did you meet new people? People now became Patrick. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. These are the past form of each verb. When you see is, you will say the past is was. Number 2, are, were. Do or does, did. Has or have, had. Grow, of course, grew. Begin, began. Teach, taught. Think, thought. Okay? So do not interchange this one. Sometimes we pronounce it interchangeably, but it's wrong. When you say thought, it's this one. When you say taught, it's the past tense of teach. Okay? Don't be confused on that. It's taught and thought. It has H sound here. Okay? Let's move on. Now, to answer, when did you move to Los Angeles? The question is when. It is answerable with a specific answer, and it talks about time or date. Okay, it's not a yes or no question. So, who is being asked? It's you. So the answer is I. And then the question is, when did you move? You will transpose this verb into past tense. I moved here 10 years ago. Okay, and then this one is additional information. You can say, I didn't speak English. So you can just simply erase this one, it's okay, or you can include it for additional information. Now the next example here starts with did. So of course, if the question starts with did, the answer is yes or no. So if the question starts with did, yes. If the answer is affirmative, when we say affirmative, it's a yes. When we say negative, it's a no. So if your answer is affirmative, you will say yes, and then copy did. Yes, I did. Then let's transpose this verb take into past. So we have took. Yes, I did. I took class for a year. So this one here is additional information. You can just simply say, I did. Yes, I did. But in order for you to give more information about the question, you can answer or you can give more details like this one. I took class for a year. If your answer is negative, you will say, no, I did not or I didn't. Okay, so this one here can stand alone. You can simply say, no, I didn't. So that's okay. But if you want to give more details and information, you would say, my aunt taught me at home. Same teach transposed into past, so it will become taught at home. So you can give more details. It's not just about, I know I didn't, but you give more information about the question. Okay, next. I have a video that I would like to give you. This is the main part of our lesson. I want you to watch this video because I will be asking about the things that people used to do in the past, but they don't do it now in our current time. So list all the things that you noticed, things that people do in the past, but not existing in our time today. So to those who can answer, additional 2 points. Okay, so I will list all the students who will watch and who will take note of the things that people do in the past but not in the present. Okay, are you ready? So if you're ready, I would like to play this video now.
12 really weird things our ancestors did. If you believe that people were less eccentric in the past than they are today, think of their fashions and traditions. Maybe you'll change your opinion. We've gathered 12 really strange things that our ancestors thought normal. For example, using stones instead of toilet paper.
Okay,
Can't wait for that one, can you?
as you can see here, in the past, okay, you may go to toilet. As you can see here, speak louder. Oh, the student cannot hear me. Teacher, please speak louder. Can you hear me clearly? Okay, so as you can see here, in the past, people are using stones instead of toilet paper. So those are things that they do in the past, but not in our time today. Okay, so think and list down. I want you to write all the things that people do in the past, but not existing in our time today. So let's continue.
All right, counting down. Number 12, first and second sleep. Europeans who lived in the Middle Ages practiced what we now call biphasic sleep. The first sleep started at sunset and lasted until about midnight. Then people would wake up and stay awake for 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, so that is the first one. The first one, people used to practice by, what do you call that? Let me just bring it back. Bypassic sleep. Okay, they call it bypassic sleep. They have a schedule. They have to stay awake only 3 hours a day. Again, remember, bypassic sleep. So they have to stay awake only for 2 to 3 hours a day. The rest of the day, sleeping. So that is the practice they do in the past, but not here anymore. So let's move on.
Rise. These days, we have the first, second, third, fourth, and sometimes fifth sleep, depending, of course, on how often the baby cries. Number 11, live alarm clocks. You're going to love this. A knocker-upper was a profession that existed from the mid-18th century until the 1950s. Their job was to wake people who had to get up early. They knocked on their clients' windows with sticks or shot at them with pea shooters.
Okay, so prior to alarm clocks, people are the human alarm clocks before. So instead of the machine or instead of using your phone as your alarm clock, before people used to have human alarm clock. They do it, they knock and they throw stones at their client's window, and they would stay awake, or they will be awakened from sleep. So this is a profession they used to have in the past. So number 2, human alarm clock. Okay, next.
From the 16th century until around 1920, it was customary for little boys up until a certain age, 4 to 8 years, to wear dresses. The main reason was perhaps the high cost of clothing. Dresses were easier to make to grow into. The tradition didn't bypass even royal families. This photo depicts Alexei. the son of the Russian Emperor Nicholas II, in a dress similar to those worn by his sisters. It's obvious how much he loves it.
Okay, so the third one, boys in the past used to dress like girls. Okay, so they are wearing skirts and wearing blouse. So that is how people used to wear in the past. Okay, that's number three. Boys used to wear dresses just like girls. Let's move on to the
To
next
fall
one. Number
victim to
four.
fashion. Admittedly, chopins were worn not just out of style consciousness, but also so as not to stain the wearer's clothes in street mud.
Okay, so this is the kind of sandals they used before. It has two heels and it's very high, and the purpose is not to put or not to dirt their clothes when it comes to mud or street mud. Okay, so number four, two high-heeled sandals. People used to wear two high-heeled sandals. So that's number four. Let's move on to number five.
Of course, it was also a great look for the 20th century. Popular for 2,000 years, up until the early 20th century.
Okay, this video, number five, is the mode of treatment when you have illness before. The doctors used to remove part of your blood or bloodletting, as they call it in the 20th century, in order to treat illness. So doctors cut you out and then remove some of the blood, and then according to them, it will treat your illness.
Bloodletting was practiced to treat any
It's called
ailment
bloodletting.
and often did more harm than good. Weakened water only brought ill. In some medieval countries.
Okay, this is number
7.
Number 6.
For hygiene.
Because it's countdown.
In some medieval countries, people believed that water only brought illness to man, and lice were called the pearls of God.
Okay.
These beliefs were shared even by monarchs.
Okay, so people in the past used to believe that what? Water is not good for human. Bathing. If you bathe, then it's not good for human. So actually, sometimes people in the past only have to take a bath twice in their lifetime. Okay, now we take a bath every day, but in the past they have no practice in bathing.
Isabella I of Castile was proud of the fact that she only washed twice in her life, at birth and before her wedding. It was a way to preserve the memory of. Number 6. Post-mortem photos. Another custom that today seems very bizarre. However, in the 19th century, it was a way to preserve the memory of deceased loved ones. As a rule, the dead bodies were fashioned to appear alive in the photograph.
Okay, as you can see here, the person in the middle is the one who is dead. But they take a picture as if she is alive. This is a tradition in the past. So the dead, they will dress it up just like as if she was alive and then take a picture, and the purpose is to preserve the photo and the memory of that person. So the next one is people used to photograph dead people as if they were alive.
They were seated in natural pose century. Radiation
I think
was
this is enough.
Exclusively.
So we just have 6 examples of people used to do in the past but not anymore. Now I would just like to ask students from this live stream, can you give me an example? What are the things people do in the past but they don't do it anymore? Anyone? Okay, what are the things people do in the past but they don't do it anymore? It's not existing anymore. We have 6 examples. I know that you remember some of it. Anyone? Oh, because it's a little bit hard, I will give 3 extra points for this one. Oh, water is not good for human. Very good. Bimal Pandey. You have another 3 points. Okay? So you have 5 points now. PDA victory. Boy dressed like girl. Very good. That's correct. So boy used to wear, you can say, boys used to wear used to wear dresses like girls. So what Victory, what is your number? Can you give me your room and your seat number so that I can give you extra points? Okay, Juin Womyu, you said dress up dead people. Correct. People used to dress up dead people in the past because they want to preserve it. Okay. PDA victory noted. You have 3 points. 2 from Matthew 2/7. So those are the things people do in the past. Okay. Now, because the reason why I showed you that one is I want you to learn about the proper usage of the word used to. Okay? How to properly use the word used to, just like this one. Frog. As you can see, we have a picture of frog. Before the frog became a frog, where did the frog came from? Tadpole, or here in the Disney movie, a handsome prince. So the frog said, I used to be a handsome prince. Before he became a frog, he was a handsome prince. Okay, so this next example is a chicken. So before he became a chicken, he is an egg first. So you can say, I used to be an egg. And because of hatching, now I am a chicken. So, sufficiently enough, we can say that the proper usage of used to is those things we do. Okay, used to refers to the things that we regularly did in the past, but we don't do it anymore. Okay? Again, remember, the proper usage or meaning of used to is something that you regularly did in the past, but you don't do it anymore. Just like our example, you said people used to what? People used to have a job. You said, Pichet, you said people used to have a job to wake people up who had to get up early. Correct. That's right. So just like in the example, people in the past used to have a job to wake people up early and serve as a human alarm clocks. So that is one people practice in the past, but not in our present time anymore. So you used the word used to. Understand? So you say people used to have a job to wake people up to get up early. Okay, so that is how you do it. Now, we have several examples here. The first one, if you ask, did you used to collect things? That is the first example. You can answer it by saying, first consideration, did. If you have did, meaning it is answerable by yes or no. So if it is affirmative, you will say, yes, I used to collect comic books. Remember, used with D or ED at the end. Okay? If your answer is negative, meaning you would say no, you would say, I didn't used to collect anything. And then you give additional extra points or extra details. But now I collect old records. Okay, so that is how you say it. Next example, what sports did you used to play? You would say, I used to play baseball and volleyball. Because you here is being asked, so you will answer I. If your answer is negative, you would say, I never used to play sports, but now I play tennis. Okay, so that is how you properly use the word used to. Okay, now let's move on to the next example here. I will show you different pictures. Okay, for example, this one, comic book. And if I will ask you, did you used to collect comic books? So how will you able to answer this question? You have a pattern here. You would say, when I was a kid, then proceed with the pattern. When I was a kid, and then what's next? The answer, the first one to give answer, will be given another extra 2 points. Remember, the subject is all about comic book. Okay, and the question is, did you used to collect comic books? So how will you able to answer that question? Did. Remember, it's did. So it is answerable by yes or no. When I was a kid, Nanapat said, when I was a kid, I used to read comic book. Okay, correct. 2 points. But the question is, collect. I didn't say read. Okay? So, Chatri Ratna, I used to collect comic books. Very good. That is the correct answer. I used to collect comic or DC comic books. Okay, so the question is collecting, not reading. So you got the 3 points there. Next one. When I was a kid, I used to collect comics book. Okay, Ploy C, you're from room 8, right? Room 8. I don't know your number, Anut. Can you give me your number? Room 8 slash, I think it's A. And give me your seat number so that I can record it. Okay, the next example. When I was a kid, did you used to play video game? Did you used to play video games? So what is the correct answer? When I was a kid, and then continue with your answer. Very good. Oops, it's missing some few words. You say I used to play video game. So complete it. Winnie, you said when I was a kid, I used to play video game. Correct? Please give me your seat number and your room number so that I can give you extra points. Okay, that is correct. Next. Okay. Where do you used to go during summer? So this is the next question. Where do you usually go, or where did you used to go during or every summer? So we are now in number 3. Example number 3. Can you give me the correct answer? Virapat? Okay, I will give you 2 points. We used to go to beach or to the beach. Instead of saying to beach, you say to the beach. We used to go to the beach every summer. Good job. But your name is in Thai, so give me your name in English and your room and your seat number so that I can give you 2 points. Very good. We used to go to the beach every summer. That is the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next one. So we have here pictures. This picture talks about the subject, this one, and the clue that we have is the answer. So this is the answer. I want you to provide the correct question in order for us to get the correct answer here. The correct answer is no, we didn't collect shells. We used to build sandcastles. What is the correct question to get this kind of answer? Okay, Sharon Naksopon 2/8 number 4 noted. I will give you extra point. We are now in the next activity. No, the answer is no, we didn't collect shells. We used to build sandcastles. Very good. Did you? Oh, it's wrong. Alright, ploy C is correct. Did you used to collect seashells? Good job. So that is the correct answer. Did you used to collect seashells? So what is your number? Please provide your number and your room so that I can give you the extra point. Now, let's move on to the next example. Okay, the correct answer here, back then, I used to play rock music. So what is the correct answer using the word used to? So this game is a matter of speed. You have to answer very fast and quickly so that you will get the extra point. The succeeding answers are correct, but the first one to give the answer is the one who will be given the extra points. Now we are in number 2. The answer is back then, I used to play rock music. So what is the proper or the correct answer or question for this one? Did you used to play rock music? Good job. Another 2 points. Please provide your room number and your seat number. Correct. Now let's move on to number 3. My mother used to cook spicy foods when we were in Mexico. So what is the correct answer or question to this answer? My mother used to cook spicy foods when we were in Mexico. Okay, anyone can answer? Number 3 example. Did you used to cook? Wrong. If you say, did you used to cook only, that's an incomplete question. Because here, it says, my mother used to cook spicy food when we were in Mexico. What did your mother used to cook back in Mexico? Very good! PDA victory, another 2 points. You are the first one to answer the question. What did your mother used to cook back in Mexico? Very good. Wow, you're a very, very fast learner. So I'm very happy that you were able to answer that question. That is correct. Another points for you. Now let's move on to the next one. Now we have a game here, okay? So again, speed is the name of the game. So the first one who will answer the question is the first one to be given extra points. We have jumbled words here. I will be providing you jumbled words and your clues are this picture. Picture 1 is the thing they used to do in the past and picture 2 is the thing that they are now today. Okay? So I want you to arrange the jumbled letters for you to be able to get the correct sentence here. Oh. Okay, so this is the jumbled word and I want you to give me the correct answer. I want you to arrange this one. We only have 10 minutes left, so let's be very quick. 10 minutes left for extra points. It says here, the first one, I used to be, when, but now, very messy, I was a kid, I'm very neat. So I want you to arrange this words to get the correct sentence. Oh, because it's a very time consuming. I will give 5 points for this one and only 2 exercises. So, from Lee 36.5, you said, when I was a kid, I used to be very messy, but now I'm very neat. Good job! That is correct. When I was a kid, I used to be very messy, but now I'm neat. You got 5 points. Number six, or yeah, number six, room six, number 24. Tirapat. Good job, Tirapat. Thumbs up. Now, let's move on to the next one. Oh, sorry for the succeeding answers. Those are correct, but Tirapat is the one who gave the first answer correctly. Next. Used to, but now I didn't. Anything I do and collect. Please arrange all the jumbled word here to create a good sentence or a correct sentence. Yes, you're all correct, but only the first one who gave the correct answer is the one who got 5 points. So we are now in the second jumbled words. Speed is the name of the game. Provide the first, the one who provide the first and correct answer will be given 5 extra points. Okay, you said, I don't used to collect anything, but now I do. Wrong. Okay, so now, the next one, I didn't used to collect anything, but now I do. Correct. Buranatapong was the one who gave the first correct answer. So you got that extra 5 points. Give me your room number and your seat number so that I can give you your extra points. That is correct. I didn't used to collect anything, but now I do. Okay, so be quick, type faster. Next, last one. Used to, but now I never play. I like to sports keeper and sports keep and feet. I want you to arrange this one to get 5 extra points. So congratulations to those students who participated well. You typed really fast so that you got 5 extra points. If you want to have another extra points, you need to give or type faster. I said, whoever has a high WPM is going to win the entire class. Yeah, that's correct. Basically, internet also plays in this game because we are doing online. I never used to play sports, but now I like to keep fit. Let's see. I never used to play sports, but now I like to keep fit. Very good. So you said I never used to play sports, but now I like to keep fit. You are correct. Give me your ID number. Sorry, not ID number. Give me your classroom and your seat number, and you have 5 points extra. Those are the words that we can use, practice in order for us to give and use the proper usage of used to. Now, we don't have so much time left. We have 5 minutes. I want to move to the most important part. To those students from class 7 or room 7, Matayong 2/7, you weren't able to answer this part of your book. You have your books with you. Please go to page 5 and answer activity A number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Using the things that we just talked about this morning, please answer activity A. Complete this conversation, then practice with a partner. To those, not just 7, some of the students from other rooms also weren't able to answer or finish this activity. So please finish this activity because tomorrow we will be checking them and then we will move on to another activity. So please bring your books tomorrow. Answer this one and bring your books tomorrow and we will be checking and moving on to the next activity. Okay, if you haven't finished this yet, please finish it now. And the next one is on page, what page is this? In the activity of grammar focus, number 8, please also finish this one, activity A. So we have 2 activities here. The first one is in page 5. I think this is in page 7. So page 7, activity A, the grammar focus used to. Okay? So please finish this one and tomorrow let's check them and we will move on to the next. Oh, forgot to get our book. Oh, I told you yesterday to bring your book. Okay, because you can see your classmates have their book. It's only you. Okay, very good. So tomorrow, everything should be okay. If you forgot your book, then you have to answer in the classroom as quickly as possible because we are running out of time. We can do it. We can do everything in the classroom. So that's the reason why I am having this online class with you with the discussion. This is what we're gonna do. Every discussion we will do it online. Okay? Every activity we will do it in the classroom. Okay? So everyone will be able to answer every activity in the book. So I think my time is over. I would like to thank you for this session. I would like to thank you for attending, and you are very participative, and I enjoy having class with you. See you all tomorrow. So that's it for this morning. Thank you, and that is the end. Goodbye.